Uy, may assignment!
Hala, saan? Uy, patingin!
7W!
Ay, uy! Patingin nga.
Tingnan nyo!
Hala, oo nga, no?
Eh,
Uy, tayo yung magkakagroup. Tara, plano na tayo.
Dali,
Buti
dali.
na naman. Magagawa natin eh.
1 week later.
Hi everyone! Welcome to our vlog. So for today's video, we are talking about the broken symmetry. Back when we were in high school, our teachers taught about the symmetry. However, this video will provide much deeper understanding about the broken symmetry that we found in the book of Ian Stewart. So what are you waiting for? Let's get started.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to share to you our today's topic. But first, let us ask ourselves, what is symmetry? Symmetry is both a mathematical concept as well as an aesthetic one. It is an efficient way to classify different types of regular patterns and distinguish between them. But we have to remember that an object or shape is symmetrical only when it remains unchanged after we flip, rotate, and scale it.
Moreover, something in human mind is attracted to symmetry. Symmetry appears to our visual sense, thereby play a role in our sense of beauty. We can see it around us, and we can apply it to those various things, not only in the field of mathematics. For example, an artist uses symmetry to make an art and beautiful images. Nature too seems to be attracted to symmetry. For many of the most striking patterns in the natural world are symmetric. One of the most familiar symmetric forms is the one inside, which is pendulum. The human body. It is bilaterally symmetric, meaning that its left half is the same as its right half. Note that the bilateral symmetry of the human form is only approximate. The heart is not central, nor the two sides of the face are identical, but the overall form is very close to one that is perfectly symmetric. Moving forward, let us lend our ear and listen carefully for we will tackle the different kind of symmetry. Symmetry has three kinds: reflection, rotation, and translation. First, we have reflection symmetry. This is the simplest symmetry among the three, also known as bilateral symmetry, wherein the left half of the pattern is the same as the right half, which we can refer as mirror effect. An example of reflection symmetry is when you stand in front of the mirror. What will you see? Exactly, you will see another replica of yourself. The reflection symmetry occurs when one object is reflected across the plane to form a replica. We can take a butterfly as another example. If we put it in front of the mirror, we can see its reflection wherein its wings are identical to the both left and the right side, thus it exhibits bilateral symmetry. Symmetry form the left wings to the right wings since the most butterfly have bilateral wings. The second kind is the rotational symmetry. It refers to when an object is rotated in a specific direction around a point. And around the central axis, these sides show correspondence or regularity of parts. This is very evident in a minority of animals, namely sea stars. At this moment, I want you to think of Patrick from SpongeBob. What kind of creature is he? Exactly, he is a starfish. So to speak, starfish is an example of a rotational symmetry. Even though the position of the arm have changed rotating, this creature 1/5 of a turn, it has no effect on its objects, its pattern, or its appearance. It is still symmetrical. Another example is an orange. Notice that when we rotate it, there is no change that occurred. What we need to remember here is that if any point of the object appears exactly like it did before the rotation, then the object has some rotational symmetry.
The third kind is the translation symmetry. It is when an object is relocated to another position while maintaining its general or exact orientation. Say for example, if we slide a tile to another position, it moves in the same distance and direction without rotating it or changing its size to fit in the tile pattern. Before I proceed to other examples, I have a question. Are you into music? Perhaps do you write songs? Take a look at these musical notes. In this example, we move one object several times at even intervals. These intervals do not have to be equal in order to maintain translational symmetry. They just need to be proportional.
Guess what, guys? We're done tackling the 3 different kinds of symmetry. Just look at the environment and realize that one specific object is an example of symmetry. Now, on the next discussion.
To further broaden your knowledge and help envision symmetry, here's a fun fact. Do you know that in our brain, there is a distinct feature called longitudinal features that divides the brain into 2 halves, the left and right hemisphere. These 2 hemispheres are separated by a line but are still somewhat similar in form. Although the 2 hemispheres function differently on the inside, its outside appearance is somehow symmetrical.
Did you know that the great physicist Pierre Curie along with his wife Marie Curie have stated a general idea that affects are symmetric as their causes? However, Ian Stewart, the author of the book Nature's Numbers, said that the world is full of effects that are not as symmetric as their causes. And the reason of this is a phenomenon known as the spontaneous symmetry breaking. Are you still there? Because we will go now to the main idea of this blog. Spontaneous symmetry breaking is a spontaneous process of symmetric breaking wherein a physical system in a symmetric state ends up being in an asymmetric state.
To simplify and explain this, let's talk about broken symmetry. A broken symmetry is described as a change in pattern, or in simpler term, it is a loss in symmetry. To better understand it, let's take a look on this pond. A pond is a perfect example of a perfect symmetry. So what will happen if we throw a pebble on this pond? It will cause a ripple stripe. This is a perfect example of a broken symmetry, a symmetry that is broken or changed into something new. In particular, it is said that patterns in nature are formed through symmetry breaking, making something less symmetrical. One example of that is a sphere. It is symmetrical no matter how you rotate it. It remains invariant in shape under certain classes of transformations such as reflection, rotation, inversion, or more abstract operations. But the deformation of the sphere results in the breaking of the perfect symmetry. Here is a series of computer-generated distortions of the sphere that are similar to cellular development. Each distortion has its own symmetry but a lesser symmetry than the perfect symmetry of the sphere. All but the perfect sphere is no longer invariant under certain classes of transformations such as rotation and reflection. The distortion or process of change is called symmetry breaking or some loss of symmetry. Each object is a new or different pattern with its own symmetry.
Scientists regards symmetry breaking to the process of new pattern formation. Broken symmetries are important because they help us classify unexpected changes in form. Through the process of symmetry breaking, new patterns of nature are formed. New structure is gained, asymmetry is lost.
Symmetry and the study of natural pattern are closely associated because natural pattern is a manifestation of resistance to change, which may be understood by recognizing the symmetry of natural patterns. Even though we may not fully comprehend the underlying pattern formation process, we have the capacity and means to categorize different kinds of patterns in nature.
That concludes about our topic, broken symmetry. Please do like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification update for more upcoming videos! Bye guys!
Wow. Okay, close na. Kaya upload na natin. Okay. Ito. Ito, baby.